A couple weeks back, I asked for your suggestions on things to print with glow-in-the-dark filament, and you guys didn't disappoint. Everything from glow-in-the-dark foam cases and flexible dragons, to light switch covers, and a glow-in-the-dark Hulk. Today's video is sponsored by PCBWay. And welcome back to the channel, folks. Today, I'm taking those suggestions that you gave me in the comments section down below, printing a bunch of them out, and then we're going to see what the hype is about this glow-in-the-dark filament. Now, because it takes a while for the glow-in-the-dark to actually activate and glow in the dark, I've put all of these prints into a UV curing station for resin prints and let them sit in there for 4 or 5 minutes so it can really blast the UV light all around these prints so we can get a really good look at what glow-in-the-dark filament is all about. Now, first up on the list is something that I don't think I've ever actually printed, despite how popular they are in the online community. It's a flexible dragon. I'm not huge into printing flexies. They take quite a bit of time and I don't know, they're just not really for me. But this one came out really cool. And I think we're gonna see a common theme amongst most of the glow-in-the-dark prints is no matter what it is, they look really cool when you shut the lights off. Now, I tried my best not to put this filament through an AMS system, but you will see one print that I had to use the AMS for, and that came back to bite me in the butt. Now, I will have links down in the description below of all of the models that I printed out today, so if you want to print them out for yourself, try some glow-in-the-dark filament in different colors, you're able to do that. Now, number 2 on the list is something that, as soon as I saw it, it brought back some nostalgic childhood memories. I remember being a kid and having all those little glow-in-the-dark stars and space system up on the ceiling, so when you go to sleep at night and you look up at the ceiling, it looks like a solar system. So I printed some out, and they came out really good. Almost all of the prints with the glow-in-the-dark filament came out without any hassle. This stuff does stick quite a bit more than, say, your traditional PLA, but that didn't seem to pose much of an issue, aside from printing a few things with support, which you'll see in just a minute. Now, this one came with some spaceships, a bunch of stars, a little moon, a representation of what would be a planet, and just a couple other ones that you can hang up on your ceiling or on the wall in your kid's bedroom or in your bedroom if you enjoy solar systems. Now, obviously there's no sticky back material on this, but you could find some on Amazon, stick it to the back of this, and create yourself your own glow-in-the-dark solar system on your ceiling. This collection in particular was set up for an A1 or P1 size build plate, a 256mm build plate, and I did some tweaking around and was able to fit it all onto a single A1 mini build plate. Again, links for these down in the description below. Now, before we move on to the next one, I want to take a quick minute to tell you about today's sponsor, PCBWay. Whether you're a designer, engineer, or even a startup, PCBWay provides high-precision 3D printing, CNC machining, and PCB manufacturing to bring your ideas to life. They offer a massive selection of materials with fast turnaround times and unmatched quality control. So whether you're printing a new prototype, machining a custom part, or designing a full electronics product, you can trust that PCBWay will get it done right every time. Upload your design and get a free instant quote today at PCBWay.com. Now, the one that came back to bite me in the butt was this glow-in-the-dark exit sign. As you can see, it's multicolor, and I should have run it in the AMS light on the A1 Mini, but that printer is not currently plugged in as I just moved it back over to the other side of the shop. So I threw the filament into my P1P, and we got the majority of the way through the print, but as it got to this almost second to last layer here, for whatever reason, it got jammed up and the filament wasn't able to continue to feed through. Now, I tried to press the retry button on the machine to get it to continue to feed, but the AMS system seemed to have thought it was jammed up. As soon as I did that, it canceled the print, cut the filament, retracted it in the AMS system, and well, it was good to go on the next print. I'm not really sure what caused that. It didn't seem like the filament itself actually got jammed up in the AMS. At first I thought maybe it was an issue with filament getting clogged in the extruder, so I ran some black PLA through it and it fed through no problem. So again, not really sure exactly what caused that issue, but it didn't really matter. We got the sign printed out, and because of the way it's printed face down, our good side was still good to go. Now, outlet covers were one of the things that I had mentioned in a previous video that I was interested in trying out with the glow-in-the-dark filament, so I found a Lego plate for a standard US receptacle, and this is kind of where that whole this filament sticks a little bit more than some standard PLA really came back to bite me in the butt. I haven't spent a whole lot of time with it, but I have spent a good 5 or 10 minutes trying to get this support material off of the back here, and it sticks to itself really, really well. So it's proven to be a little more difficult than I had hoped, but this came out really good. How long the glow actually stays on these prints is yet to be determined, but I can tell you after a good 24 hours, if I shut the lights off in here, you can still see these parts glowing. So I assume if they sit in the sunlight enough, or if you have them in a room where it gets proper sunlight, they'll stay lit for quite some time. And then one that I was really interested in as soon as I saw the comment was a glow-in-the-dark Hulk hand. So I printed out not only a glow-in-the-dark Hulk hand, but I found a face mask, scaled it down to fit on the A1 Mini, and it still took about 7 hours to print because it needed supports to print all the way up, but it came out phenomenal. Seeing this thing in the UV curing station as it reflects across all of the different mirrors that are in there, and then pulling it out and seeing it glow in the dark, man, it looks good. So for something like a Halloween bucket or even a face mask to dress up as the Incredible Hulk, maybe try printing out of glow-in-the-dark filament. Now again, I scaled this down to about 75%. It still took around 7 hours with supports on the A1 Mini, but I do think if you kept it at the 100% scale, it would still only take 9 to 10 hours, and then it would actually fit on your face, or maybe a child's face. I don't know, unless you have a really small head. That's the perks of owning bigger printers, is you can scale it up from there. If you're stuck on an A1 Mini, you might be limited as far as how big you're able to get it, but you can turn it at an angle to get a little bit more scaling capabilities. Now, along the same lines of our friend the Hulk mask here, we've also got the Hulk hand. This one took about 9.5 hours to print out. It had supports going up all the way through the middle that were a little bit difficult to remove, but all in all, they were far easier than removing the supports on this guy. What is this use case for? Pair it together with your Hulk mask at Halloween, and if you have smaller hands than I do, you could fit it in there, and there's a little bar going across the inside so you can grab onto it. And I believe this one on Maker World is called Meat Beater.
That's what she said?
And I think the idea of it is you put this glove on and you beat your meat.
Nope, nope, nope. Nope.
Your steak. Come on, guys. Now, would I use this for actual food? Probably not. I don't really need more microplastics in my body, but it is a cool idea, and I definitely think it would be cool to wear during Halloween. Now, this next one here is a 9-minute print, if that, but it might be the most useful out of all of the prints that we've done today. This is a Roku Remote, one of the many variations of Roku Remotes, but all of them have these annoying 4 buttons on the bottom that nobody really ever presses, unless you accidentally press it. What this little cover does is slide over the top to cover up those buttons so you can't accidentally press them or sit on them and cancel whatever TV show or YouTube video you're watching. Why did I print it out glow in the dark? Well, because I always lose my remote, and I'm sure I'm not alone. So not only does it have a functional use case of covering up these annoying preset buttons that you can't change, but it also glows so you can find your remote in the dark. There isn't really much else to say about it other than thank you to the guy who designed it. You, my friend, are a real one. Next up on the list is a brand new faceplate for your A1 or A1 Mini printer. Now this one printed in 2 separate parts, glow-in-the-dark portion and then the white portion. I threw the white into the P1P and the glow-in-the-dark filament into the A1 Mini. When it's all finished printing, all you have to do is super glue the top part onto the base, and it snaps right into place of your old faceplate. I may be printing a few more of these out in different styles for a couple of my other A1 Minis, because these ones are pretty neat. And of course, we couldn't forget a phone case. It comes with the camera knockout piece as well as the case itself, so realistically you could print these in 2 separate colors if you had 2 different kinds of glow-in-the-dark filament. This one is pretty neat, although I don't know how much protection it's actually going to give the phone, but it is a cool visual piece nonetheless. Say you lose your phone in the couch or on the floor, falls behind the bed, should make it pretty easy to find it as long as the lights are off, I suppose. And I found this one on Maker World along with all of the other models that you've seen in today's video. He also has ones going all the way back to the iPhone X, I believe. And if I remember correctly, there's even ones for Android phones as well. So using your suggestions that you left me in a few videos back, I was able to find a couple different models that I think look pretty cool with glow-in-the-dark filament. If I had to pick one that is my favorite, it would actually be pretty hard. I really like the solar system ones because that just brings back some childhood memories. This glow-in-the-dark Hulk can, I think that would look super cool outside at night, especially if you're walking around with both of these ones. You'd be the star of the night for sure. But I think if I had to choose my favorite one out of all of these, it would definitely be this glow-in-the-dark Hulk fist. Especially if you printed it at full size so you could actually fit your hand into there. This one would look pretty cool if you had two of them together, combined with the face mask and maybe even a glow-in-the-dark bucket. So that's it. Glow-in-the-dark filament's pretty cool. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more like it, be sure to leave a comment down below letting me know what you want to see next. I want to say thank you to my brother for getting me that Sunlu glow-in-the-dark PLA a few weeks back for us to use on the channel, and thank you to you guys for leaving all of those wonderful suggestions down in the comments section below. I will see you all in the next video, folks. Take care.